Tyrhys, congratulations, a goal and all 3 points. A terrific afternoon.
Yeah, really good afternoon. Buzzing on a personal note to get my goal, but the way the boys dug in the second half was just outstanding.
Very, very different kind of performance from Friday, wasn't it? But is it almost as pleasing to have that different way to grind out a result?
Yeah, it just shows that we can do both ends of the pitch. Like last game, it was exciting with all the goals, but this time we had to really dig in. And that second half, I don't think we had much going into their box, but the boys all joined together, and we seen it out.
It was a game of very, very few opportunities. When that one for you comes along, how important are moments like that in games like that?
Yeah, obviously against the top teams, the chances don't come around as often. So, you've got to be, really clinical in front of goal, and I was composed and took it well.
I say, when Corley sort of got the ball, were you screaming for it and delighted when it came your way?
Yeah, fair play to Corley because he's a good finisher. So I thought he was gonna try and get himself half a yard, but he's found me and finished it off really well.
How much does that sort of initial touch to open it up and then that finish show your level of confidence at the moment? How good are you feeling about your game?
Yeah, really confident. I think you can see in the way I'm playing that I'm confident, and the supporters, the staff and the team are all they're all aiding to that. So yeah, just really enjoying my football.
I know that work in the final third, that end product has been a big thing for you this season. How pleased have you been with sort of the return in terms of the assists and now the goals, and that's the most league goals that you've got in a single season as well?
Yeah, that's what I'm judged off. I know I put a lot into my actual game, but on paper you've got to be racking up them goals and assists, and that's something that I'm really trying to work on. And I'm just happy that it's been my best season yet in terms of goals and assists, and I want to keep building from that. The final games now I want to go and add a few more, and yeah, just keep trying to set a high standard for myself.
Something about this stadium as well, second season running you've scored here. You like playing at this place?
Yeah, I really enjoy it. It's a lot of people come here to watch. It's a big crowd, and I want to go out there and excite. Every time I play, I want to do that. But yeah, just good memories here.
3 straight wins for us now as well after a really tricky spell. How good have the last couple of weeks been?
You can see that what we're trying to put into it, it's all starting to come into fruition now. And it's been a bit of a rocky start with the change, but we're trying to see that we're getting into the grips of things, and we're getting confident as each game goes on.
Have you been in and looked at the results from today as well, because they all seem to have gone our way, and what was a slim chance of top 6 is still difficult to get there, but there's a general feeling that there's still that opportunity there for us?
Yeah, definitely. We're on the chase now, and the boys are all especially positive after seeing the results, so there's still a lot to play for, and these final games now we're going to go and give it everything we got.
Sets it up really nicely for that last home game against Watford next weekend, and then hopefully carrying that on to Sheffield United, doesn't it? To be in with a shot at this stage of the season is what everybody wanted.
Yeah, definitely. This is where it counts now. We've got to put them points on the board, and we go into Ewood now. That's where we love to play, and the supporters will be right behind us, no doubt, and they've been quality. So yeah, just really look forward to the next game.
That could be really big next weekend. I thought they were great against Millwall. They really sort of worked together with the players, and you could feel it within the stadium. Given there could be a lot at stake, is that even more important when Watford come?
Yeah, definitely. The way obviously they were celebrating all the goals we were putting in, and they deserve that just as much as we did, because it's been a bit of a tough time. So we want to go and make them happy, and yeah, just really excited for the games coming up.